Hi everyone, happy 4th of July. I wanted to come on here and show you how to make a simple recipe that you might be interested in doing for today. It's called cucumber salad. So you only need a few ingredients. All right, first you need some tomatoes, and it doesn't matter, I just use these because it's just easier to cut. These are the grape tomatoes, or you can use whole, whatever you prefer. And then an onion. You can use any kind of onion, purple onion, sweet onion. And then we got a cucumber. And I cut this in half because I'm only going to use half of it. And then you'll need either some Italian dressing or balsamic vinaigrette. I've used both, and I honestly like the Italian dressing more. I don't know, it just gives it more flavor. So then you want to have some paper towels handy, and a couple sandwich bags, and your peeler, and a spoon and a bowl. And I got one about this size. Okay, so let's first cut up some tomatoes. And it really doesn't matter how you cut them. You know what, let me get a smaller knife. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I just take the cherry tomatoes and cut them right in half. And what I like about using these is because they're bite size, so it's just easier for me. So I hope everybody's having a nice holiday. And depending on how many people you're feeding will determine the amount of tomatoes you use. I mean, you can use as many as you want, especially if you enjoy tomatoes. Okay. I usually use almost the whole container, but sometimes you don't want to make this all at one setting, like all at once, and make a big huge bowl, because it can tend to get soggy if you keep it in the fridge for a few days. So it's something I would recommend eating within the next 1 or 2 days. All right. And of course, before you start cooking, you want to wash your hands, as I did, and your vegetables. You know what, I'm just going to make the whole, I'm just gonna cut them all up. And this is perfect for like a hot day. It's definitely, I make this a lot during the summer. Okay. And one more. All right, and then we just wanna throw this away, the container, and transfer these to your bowl. All right. Okay, then we'll cut the cucumber next. I'll just cut this one here, and before cutting it, of course you can use any size you want. I'm going to peel it first. If you want, you can leave the skin on if you prefer, but I like it better without. Okay. You know what? I was only gonna do half, but you know what? I think I'm just gonna do the other half too, since I have such a big bowl and I cut all the tomatoes, so I might as well just do the whole thing. All right, so after you do that, I would suggest rinsing them off real quick. So that's what I'm gonna go do. All right, and then you just want to cut the ends here. This is in the way. Okay, just throw those away. I think I'm gonna change knives here. All right, and just start slicing them up. You could do cubes if you want, but I just do them in thin slices like this. And don't make them too thin because you don't want them getting soggy fast with the dressing on it. Okay, and it is better to make this and marinate it in the fridge for a couple hours before you eat it. But there's been times where I made it and ate it right away. So either way is fine. All right, then put these in the bowl with your tomatoes. And you may even want to cut them in half. I probably should have done that, but that's all right. That way, if they're cut in half, at least they'd be bite-sized. Oops. And let's do one more. Okay. All right, and transfer these as well. Some of the first ones look a little hard. I think I'm gonna throw these ones away. Okay, next I will cut the onion. Now I don't have any particular way to cut an onion, so I'm just using a white onion. And I would suggest using probably like a quarter, but no more than half, because you don't want it too strong. And hopefully I don't start crying when I cut this, because I know a trick. If you put the onion in the freezer for an hour before you cut it, and then make sure you take it out, it'll stop you from getting, crying when you actually cut the onion. I should have done that too. So hopefully it won't be too bad. And I'm just kind of gonna dice mine. And sometimes I even use a sweet onion, the purple ones. In fact, that's what I normally use. But I just happened to get this one this time. Well, I'm lucky that I'm not tearing up from it, because usually onions are really bad for me when I try cutting them. All right, that should be good. That's good enough. All right, so then just kind of sprinkle them in here in the bowl. I don't think I'm going to use them all. Okay. I think that would be good. So you can either save the rest of your onion or toss it, however you want. I'm going to save it because doing hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, so I might as well save it for that. All right, and then, well, let me show you the bowl. So then you got this here, and you just kind of stir it together. Now you can add salt, pepper, even garlic salt, but honestly, I only add a little bit because the Italian dressing or the vinaigrette you use is really going to be your main marinade for this dish. Okay, so let me grab, I should have brought the salt and pepper over here. Let me grab the salt and pepper, and then we'll add the dressing, okay? Just sprinkle a little bit. Okay. And then I'm gonna do, like I said before, this Italian. And this is just great value. I buy a lot of stuff off brand. I honestly do not notice the difference. So, and it's more affordable. So you probably wanna put about 1/4 of a cup. I just kind of eyeball it. So I'll pour some, then stir it and just kind of get an idea. Because you don't want to drown it. And I thought I had onion in my hair. All right, so you stir it. All right, and it looks like this. I don't think I'm gonna add, maybe just a little bit more. It's actually pretty good, but I'll top it off just with a little bit more. And I love pepper, so I'm gonna add some more pepper. And a little bit more salt since I stirred it. Okay. And then I'm gonna stir it one more time. And it's pretty easy dish to make, and you don't need many ingredients. And I like easy dishes. I don't particularly like cooking a lot. I'm more of a cleaner. So cooking, I mean, I enjoy food, I enjoy eating, but yeah, I've never really been into cooking a lot. All right, so then I would just put a lid on it, and this is what it looks like. And I would just put a lid on it and allow it to sit in the, like I said, in the fridge for like at least an hour. And hopefully then that would be something good for you and your family to enjoy on the 4th of July. Okay, I know some of you, this might be a difficult time for you with it being the 4th of July and your loved ones, you know, if you're grieving. So I wanted to come on and let you know that, you know, I'm here and you don't have to be alone today. All right, so I will talk to you soon. Thanks for stopping by.